Well, hello, my fabulous friends. I hope you're doing well. Well, we are well into Aquarian time. I've got the Aquarian Tarot on the tarot table. And yes, I know Aquarius started on January 20th, but I always like to let the planets settle. As I've said before, if you watch my other readings around it comes to planets, planets are like sunsets and sunrises. And so it doesn't just happen like that. They don't wear a watch. They take a while. It's all vibration and energy. So it takes a while to settle down a bit. So we are now into Aquarius by 6 days. 7 days is usually the norm. So let's see what planets are going to be the most active during Aquarius. And of course, I'm using the Aquarian Tarot. So we've got the moon. High priestess is the moon. The magician is Mercury. The empress is Venus. The sun is the sun. The tower is Mars. Jupiter is the wheel of fortune, and the world is Saturn. All right. So the moon is, and we're going to look and see which cards are the highest. Major arcanas are the active ones. And then, of course, we look at the number on the card for the minors and see which planets will be the most active and what we can expect during this Aquarian season that goes until February 19th. Okay, Aquarius season, Aquarius predictions based on which planets are going to be active. Aquarius predictions based on which planets are going to be most active. Cards are ready. Now you normally use these right side up only, and so if they show up in reverse, I will be turning them over. I thought it was tedious to go through the whole deck and turn them over. All right, so the moon, is our emotions. Yeah. Oh my Lord, the moon on the moon. This is going to be a very emotionally driven time, which is very different for Aquarius. Aquarius is an air sign, and generally emotions are way down the list for most Aquarians, but this is going to be highly emotional. Females are going to be very active, and intuition is going to be off the charts. If you have trouble hearing your intuition, you certainly won't during this Aquarius season. I think that people's intuition is going to be extremely activated. So listen to your intuition. So now let's see Mercury. Five of Pentacles. Wow, I don't think the economy is going to do that great at all. Mercury's communication, commerce, um, uh, yeah, and when it's communication or commerce, that kind of thing. And when we have the Pentacles here, it's definitely telling us about the commerce. And the Five of Pentacles is the poverty card. It's money you don't have access to. So I think there definitely will be something happening with the economy during this time. That could be why people's emotions are highly activated. I think something is going to happen to the economy. Also, be prepared for more cold weather. Isn't that bizarre? How how the snow has already hit places that it's never snowed before. I would say be prepared for a very snowy, and that's of course in the northern hemisphere, but perhaps it gets very cool even in the southern hemisphere. Some kind of big cold front goes through somehow, some way, stormy. I would just be wary of that. Okay, so let's see the Venus. I just want to point out too, this is a 5. So Mercury's not going to be that activated. Now, if that was a major arcana and like the devil or something, I'd say, whoa, 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 the economy. But I'm just thinking it perhaps won't grow or something will happen, but it's only a 5. So it's pretty, I'm not going to say it's minor, but it'll be like a speed bump. All right. Also be careful the way you communicate during the Aquarius time. All right, so Venus. So Venus is relationships and love and luxury goods. Jeez, I keep pulling the 7 of Cups upright. Well, that's interesting because this shows us that Perhaps if you're single, you might have a choice of people to date. You may discover a frenemy out of your friends, because you have to remember the Seven of Cups, there's booby prizes in there as well. It may be a very social month that you go out with a bunch of different people, perhaps doing some networking. And there's going to be a very, um, even just shopping. You may find you overshop. Perhaps you come home and you realize that some of the stuff you didn't really need or doesn't fit if you bought it online, that kind of thing. I just think that, and especially if you emotionally shop, because it's cups and it's emotions, but I think that if you're single, you might be going on a lot of dates. You might have a lot of choices of people. Doesn't mean you're going to have seven, but I think it's a great time to go on a lot of dates, meet a lot of people, do a lot of networking. If you're a business person, this would be a great time to do a lot of networking, meeting people, that kind of thing. But just remember, some of them are the booby prize. All right. So that's interesting that that would be on there. Also, relationships could be confusing, and that could be because our emotions are so heightened. So relationships could be confusing, wondering if we made the right choice. All right. So let's go to the sun. And sun is spotlight, pride, things that you want out there, trying things for the first time. Eight of Swords. Wow, a lot of people won't want to um, be seen. A lot of people may be blaming other people for things that are going wrong in their life. I think that somebody who has placed themselves as a victim might be found out. The sun might be coming out and showing that they aren't the victim at all. And who came to mind right then and there was that Blake Lively thing that's going on. We might find out more, or somebody else might be discovered. And this is an eight. So this actually will be activated. I think we will find out somebody who's played the victim all along. They are going to be exposed. We're going to see some exposure of somebody who we may have been sympathetic with, and now the sun comes out and puts a spotlight on everything, and we will see them from a different point of view. All right. And this is somebody who really brags about being a victim. Perhaps it could even be like something is overturned in court. They played the victim and they find out all the evidence shows that they weren't at all. So something could be exposed and overturned in court. The light has shown on it, and we see it all from a different perspective. Now here comes Mars. Mars is aggression. It is, people in your face, um, fire, electrical, sudden shocking events. And let's see, what do we have here? Nine of Rods. Now, this tells me Nine of Rods is really, it's your embattled and you've learned your lessons from the past. Nine of Rods should always be looking to the past. This on the left side is the past, on the right side is the future, and the Nine of Rods should always be looking to the past. And it just means you've learned your lesson from the past. Now, the Nine of Rods is a military card, and we have that on Mars, which is martial, which is military. And I'm wondering if we're going to hear the end of a long battle and learning from the past. And because that's what the Nine of Rods is, it's you're embattled, but it's the end of the battle. And everybody's just mentally exhausted from it as well. So there's been, and this is a nine, so this is highly activated. We might see in this Aquarius time the end of a battle, something that's been going on for quite a while, and everybody's just mentally exhausted from it. That could be something to do with this Eight of Swords, somebody who played the victim. So they were like, you know, you attacked us first, and it's exposed that no, that actually wasn't the case. So somebody who's been playing the victim gets exposed, and it's the end of a big battle. Is that Ukraine? Is that Middle East stuff? Uh, let's see. All right, so Jupiter, Wheel of Fortune. This is money and luck, of course. Let's see, Two of Swords. No, there's not going to be a lot of money and luck, and that actually, look at that. That mirrors the magician business and whatnot. That's only a 2 in there. Money and luck. I don't know, if I would be in investing or going to the gambling casinos or anything like that. Of course, some people are going to be lucky. There's, lotteries all the time. Wouldn't that be interesting if a lot just got carried over during the time of Aquarius? For some reason, it's not a priority. Let's put it that way. So business, commerce, money and luck just won't be a priority. I think this is going to be a priority, and that could be why the moon is also activated. Using your intuition, emotional. Maybe a lot of people are going to be emotionally relieved to see that this battle is over. And whenever the Nine of Wands, should they have a whenever you see something that is tied around the head, that has to do with mental health. Interesting, both these swords are blind here, so it's people who actually don't aren't in reality. They can't see reality. So the world is Saturn, and Saturn is the karma taskmaster. And we are actually in a Saturn period in a Saturn year. So I'm interested to see what this card is going to be. The star. Look at that. The star. So the moon and Saturn are activated here. Saturn is going to be the star of this show, and Saturn is the ancient ruler of Aquarius. And it's fascinating to me that the star showed up here, honest to God, because also Saturn is known as the black star. Moon is known as the silver star. Boy, oh boy, karma is coming knocking, boys and girls. Karma is coming and knocking. Saturn has some invoices to clear up, and if you've been very, very good, you will be rewarded. And if you have been very, very bad, you will get your karma. Your karma is coming, and there's not a lot you can do about it. And now I understand why these people who have claimed themselves as victims are going to be exposed. Wow. I am absolutely shocked. Absolutely. What's the underlying here? Nine of Pentacles. Nine of Pentacles. So, like I said, some people will still be very successful. I think this is markets overall, communications overall. I think will be throttled a little bit. I don't see crash here at all. I just feel like some people will be very lucky. They could be the people on the other side of the end of this aggression, of the exposing of the victim, the person who says they're the victim. They are very successful. Again, I think we're going to see some successful females, especially if they're single. We'll see some successful females. But this, I think, the moon and with the emotions, I think people are going to be, I want to say, over the moon that some things are ending. I think some people are going to be very well rewarded for good karma, and other people are going to be um, bitch slapped. Might have to edit that out. Um, Honestly, the star on Saturn, that's so funny I brought up. If you haven't seen my ancient planetary system, it's on my other channel. I'll put the link down below where it shows we are in a Saturn period, and we are in a Saturn period in a Saturn year. And Saturn's coming and knocking. Karma, dues, and debts will be paid big time. Big, big. I'm shocked. You can tell. So there we go. Yeah, not a great time for money and whatnot, but a great time if you've been really good. If you've worked really hard this past while, if you worked really hard, you were above board in all your dealings, your karma is coming. Your dues will be paid. If you've been underhanded, if you've tried to scam people, if you have not done things above board, that invoice is coming, and I don't think you're going to like it at all. All right. So listen to your intuition, your balance your emotions. This might be a good time to go look at my Antichrist video. If you don't know how to balance your emotions, that one's actually, it's nothing to do with religion. I think you'll be pleasantly surprised if you haven't seen it. And yeah, watch Rise of Females. Rise of Females. Wow, exciting times. All right. Well, thank you very much for spending this time with me. Please take good care. See you online.